Greetings, Pokemon fans, and welcome back to JD's Nerdverse. Today we're doing a prediction video for a playthrough of Pokemon Crystal with Wooper. Wooper is known as the waterfish Pokemon. It's one of my favorite Pokemon Generation 2. Play with them all the time, but this week we're going to play through him as a solo playthrough, see how he does by himself and not as part of a epic team I used to have. So Wooper's the one bouncing around, and it evolves in the Quagsire. It's in the bottom right corner here. Now let's look at the shinies, and as usual, the shinies are pink with this Pokemon. Generation 2, it's shiny, everything's pink, and that was their go-to. It really is lazy, but it is what it is. Let's go over the ins and outs of this Pokemon, see how good or bad it'll do in a playthrough. So, like I said, we are the Waterfish Pokemon. We evolve into Quagsire level 20. We are a Water Ground type, and we're also in the medium fast growth rate. It's one of the better growth rates to have for doing a playthrough. And Water Ground type actually is a pretty good typing, but we'll go over that in a second. Let's go over the stats first. So stats of this Pokemon are as follows: 55 HP, attack is 45, so is defense, and special attack, special defense is 25, and speed is 15 for a grand total of 210. These stats are pretty abysmal. I mean, some baby Pokemon have better stats than this. So Wooper does not have the greatest stats, and its typing does warrant some pretty decent things. It is a 4x weakness to grass, which is kind of bad early, and I'll explain why here in a minute. But it does have either immunity or resistance or normal or is neutral against everything else. So there's not a lot of things that are very good against this Pokemon, just grass type. So you gotta deal with that. And early in the game, like I said, this is why I'm gonna explain why it's bad, is we have to deal with Bellsprout Tower. Bellsprout Tower has a whole bunch of Bellsprouts that have Vine Whip, and they're gonna do massive damage. And we also don't have the greatest special defense. It's not gonna be well, so our moveset has to compensate for that. We'll get to that here in a minute. But like I said, at level 20, we will evolve into Quagsire. Now, Quagsire does not... Nothing changes. We're still a Waterfish Pokemon. We're still Water Ground type. And we're still in the medium fast growth rate. But what does happen is we do get a nice change in our stats. Our stats are as follows: 95 HP, 85 attack, 85 defense, 65 special attack, 65 special defense, and 35 speed for a grand total of 430. So we do more than double our stats. But it's still not the greatest stats, but we also don't add any weaknesses, so we have the same thing, and we're well beyond the grass Pokemon that we're dealing with. So not the worst, not the best stats, not the worst. They do balance out pretty well. The only thing that kind of sucks with this Pokemon is its speed, but we'll find a way around that. So let's go over the level up moveset and then the TM moveset for this Pokemon. And really, we're going to get into the real nitty gritty about how we think this Pokemon's going to do. So start off with Water Gun. 40 base power, 100% accurate, 60 with stab. Not a bad move, but with our special attack being horrible, and the fact that we got to deal with a lot of grass Pokemon early in Bellsprout Tower, that's not the greatest move to have. There is a really cheat way we can level up. If we go, when we leave the professor's lab and we go north, there's a little path we can go fight some Geodudes and get some pretty easy knockouts, so that's going to be very helpful. And that'll help us get to level 11 where we can learn Slam. Slam is an 80 base power move. It's 75% accurate. I hate this move with a passion, but we're going to need this if we want to get through Bellsprout Tower. So it's very powerful with our physical attack stat. It will put a lot of Pokemon into one-shot range. Amnesia at level 23 is garbage. In Generation 1, this ups your special attack and defense. Now it just does your defense, and it doesn't even do the badge boost either, so not very useful. Earthquake. Best move we can get, 100 base power, 100% accurate. It's stab, so it's 150 base power. Very powerful move. It'll just obliterate just about anything it can hit. Brain Dance, Mist, and Haze are all not going to be moves we use. It might be useful in a team playthrough, but a solo playthrough, though, we need coverage more than we need gimmick moves. And TM moveset, it's pretty broad, I'm not going to lie. It's one of the better broad moves I've seen. Dynamic Punch is our first move, and this really has no utility in a playthrough other than one battle, which is red. So his Snorlax we have something super effective against his Snorlax. Wildly inaccurate, that's why I never use it. But it's accurate enough, and it's got enough boomer bust to it that we gotta risk it. Headbutt will replace Slam at some point, 70 base power, 100% accurate. Curse we're not going to use. Rollout we could use in this playthrough, we're probably not going to. If we didn't have enough moves to cover everything, I'd say sure, let's try it out, but I don't think we're going to need it in this playthrough. Toxic, not going to use. Rock Smash. Hidden Power. Now, Hidden Power is a move that usually helps us compensate for a lot of our weaknesses. Our one weakness is grass, and I'd usually say Hidden Power, Ice or Fire would be our go-to. However, we get Ice Punch, so Hidden Power actually probably won't be useful to this Pokemon at all. Snore, not going to use. Hyper Beam, not going to use. Protect. Rain Dance, Endure, Frustration, Iron Tail, all of them will not be used. They're not very useful. Earthquake will have via level up, but I doubt we'll need the TM beforehand, so I think we'll get it via level up and we won't need the TM. Return, with Return being maxed out, it goes with your friendship. It'll be a max out of 102. Very useful for things that Earthquake cannot hit. Dig is a good move to have before we get Earthquake. It's 60 base power, 100% accurate. It's 90 with stab. Very useful. It's a 2-turn move, so it does take a little bit more time to do something rather than Earthquake. Mud Slap is a 20 base power move. We get that from Faulkner, 30 with stab. It's very useful because it can lower the opposition's accuracy, and it's very useful against ghosts. It's one of the things we have to deal with early is ghosts. So that'll help us out a little bit. Double Team, not going to use Ice Punch, 75 base power, 100% accurate. Will be very useful for most of the playthrough until we can get Ice Beam via Tutor, but we can't get that until after the Elite Four. So Ice Punch will be a very big staple move that we have on this moveset. Swagger, Sleep Talk. Sludge Bomb's very powerful, I'm not going to lie, but the fact that when I get through all the moves, you're going to see that we don't really have room for this. I don't want to get rid of anything to add this. Sandstorm, Defense Curl, possibly Rest. It's definitely possible for the late game. Attract, Surf will definitely be added. 95 base power, 100% accurate. With Stab, oh my gosh, what is that? That's what, 47.5 was it? So that's 142 base power, 143 base power. Very powerful move. Strength, Flash, and Whirlpool won't be used. So looking at this, our endgame moveset is Surf, Ice Punch, Return, and Earthquake. And Ice Punch will be replaced down here by our tutor moves with Ice Beam. We get that after the Elite Four, so we will be able to use it in the late game. But yeah, that's our moveset. It's not a bad moveset, and you can see why I won't want to add Sludge Bomb. I have 2 stab moves. I'm not getting rid of one of those. Return can hit things that Earthquake can't hit. And then we got Ice Punch, which is some type coverage. So Sludge Bomb, really not that useful. It's a powerful move. It's not that useful. I do want to bring your attention to the breeding moves, because next week we will have the optimized playthrough with Quagsire, and it's showing that Ancient Power, Body Slam, and Safeguard are 3 breeding moves we can add. I want to get your opinion on that. Comment down below which one you think we should add. We can add one of those 3. I'm leaning towards Body Slam. Ancient Power is great, but it's not stab or anything. So, and it's only 5 power points. Body Slam will get us through a lot of problems, and it goes with our physical attack stat pretty well. And it makes so Slam is not a move we'll ever have to use unless we're out of power points. We can also get Belly Drum and Scary Face. It's a risk with this Pokemon, and we don't go first. It wasn't a risk with, I think it was Meryl or Zimmeril. It's pretty fast, so we didn't risk it going first with Belly Drum. But we would risk it with this Pokemon, so we'll see. But that's our TM moveset and our HM moveset, and I already went over what I think the moveset will be for most of the game and in the second half of the game. So let's go back to this slide, and I'll give a prediction. This Pokemon is going to have some problems early just because we have to go through Bellsprout Tower. We're probably going to have to heal a lot. We can't take any damage. So I think this will be done. We'll beat the Elite Four in under an hour and a half. I think that's going to happen. I think that's definitely going to happen. I think we will go slow, but once we evolve, we'll pick up pace very quickly. And then I think we'll beat this game in under 2 hours, convincingly, conservatively under 2 hours. And we're going to have a lot of stuff for the optimized playthrough. The optimized playthrough is going to fix so many problems. Body Slam is going to fix the problem with Slam. We don't have to worry about that garbage move. We don't have to play through Bellsprout Tower technically in the optimized playthrough unless we want to. And we're just going to have better stats, start the game, have better speed. So a lot of things are going to go our way in the optimized playthrough. But this week, we got to get the first one out of the way. And the first one, I think it's going to still be a pretty solid playthrough. Wooper, like I said, not the worst Pokemon ever. And I play through with a lot, so I have a lot of experience with this Pokemon. And its moveset does cover most things in the game. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about this playthrough. I've been excited about this one for a while. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think I'm going to obliterate this game? Do you think I'm going to get my butt beat? What do you think? Let me know. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys on Friday.